Hello and welcome. Today you're going to learn how to control an LED's brightness using an Arduino UNO and a potentiometer. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a working circuit where turning a dial smoothly adjusts how bright the LED shines. Before we begin, make sure you've completed your lab safety training and have the Arduino IDE already installed on your computer. Let's get started. First, let's identify all the components you'll need. Gather these items and place them on your workspace. You'll need an Arduino UNO board. This is the brain of your project. A USB cable to connect to your computer and provide power, which is this. I have mine connected to an adapter. You will need a breadboard. This lets us build the circuit without soldering. Notice these rows and columns of holes. The holes in each row are connected internally. You will need one LED, any color works, mine is yellow. Notice the two legs of different lengths. The longer leg is the positive and the shorter leg is the negative. This matters because LEDs only work in one direction. You will need a resistor, a 220 ohm resistor to be exact, with these red and brown color bands. This protects the LED from too much current. You will also need a potentiometer. This is our brightness control knob. It has 3 pins, 2 outer pins, and 1 middle pin. And finally, several jumper wires to make connections. Using different color helps you track which wires go where, but that is not totally necessary for this tutorial. Alright, now that you know what everything is, let's start building. We'll start by building the LED circuit first, then adding the potentiometer. Step 1. Take your LED and identify which leg is longer, which for me, it is this one right here. This longer leg is positive and needs to connect to power. I'm going to insert the longer positive leg into row 15 of my breadboard. Watch closely. I'm making sure the leg goes fully into the hole. Fully in. Now I'll insert the shorter negative leg into row 17. It's important they're in different rows so they don't connect directly to each other. So as you see clearly here, longer leg in row 15, shorter leg in row 17. Next we'll add the resistor. Resistors don't have polarity, so orientation does not matter. I'm placing one leg of the resistor into row 17. The same row as the LED's negative leg. The other leg of the resistor goes into the blue negative rail on the side of the breadboard. My breadboard has a black negative rail, but most breadboards do come with a blue negative rail. So as you see here, I have my resistor, one leg in row 17 with the short leg of the LED, and one goes into the negative rail, which for most it's blue, this one is black. The rail is connected vertically, so anywhere in this column will work. Now let's connect this circuit to the Arduino. First, you're going to take a jumper wire. I'm going to use red to indicate power. Here's my red wire. Connect one end to Arduino pin 9. Pin 9 is special because it can control brightness using something called PWM. Connect the other end to row 15 where the LED's positive leg is. So go red. So as you see here, I have it going into pin 9 of the Arduino. It has a little tilde next to it, and I have that going in series in row 15 with the positive leg of the LED. Next, we are going to take a black wire, or if you have black wires, I do not have any black wires, so I'm going to be using white to signify the ground rail today. And you're going to take this wire for ground. Connect one end to any ground pin on the Arduino. There are several, any of them work. Whichever one's closest will do the trick, so I'm going to take the closest ground pin. Then you're going to connect the other end to the negative rail where the resistor leg is. Anywhere, any hole in this negative rail will do because the ground will flow all along that rail. So here is my full circuit going to the ground and pin 9 on the Arduino. The resistor limits current so we don't damage the LED. So that is the full circuit. Now we're going to connect the potentiometer next. Now we'll add in the potentiometer, which will control our LED's brightness. The potentiometer has 3 pins. As I hold it with the adjustment knob facing me, I'll call them left, middle, and right pins. We're going to insert the potentiometer into the breadboard so each pin goes into a different row. I'm placing mine in rows 5, 6, and 7. Make sure all 3 pins are inserted firmly. 5, 6, 7. As you can see, that is rows 5, 6, and 7 for the potentiometer. Now we need to give the potentiometer power. Take a red wire and connect Arduino 5 volts to the potentiometer's left pin row. In my case, that is pin row 5. 5 volts. Take another white wire and connect Arduino ground to the potentiometer's right pin, so row 7 for me. Ground. Row 7. If we wanted, we could actually use the negative rail as the ground still for the potentiometer, but for simplistic sake, I'm going to use the other ground pin on my Arduino for the potentiometer. Here's something interesting. If you swap the left and right connections, the circuit still works. Turning the knob just does the opposite. But for now, we're going to keep it this way. Finally, the most important connection, the middle pin. This is where the potentiometer sends its value to the Arduino. Take a wire, I'm using green, and connect Arduino A0 to the potentiometer's middle pin row. A0 is an analog input pin that can read varying voltage levels. For me, the middle pin is row 6, if you follow my directions. 0. So I went this middle pin right here on the potentiometer into pin A0 on the Arduino. Perfect. Let's take a moment to verify all connections and follow along with your circuit. The first one is the LED positive to pin 9 on the Arduino. As you can see, that is pin 9. Then we're going to do the LED negative through the resistor. So this is the negative right there. It's going through the resistor and into the ground rail, which is then connected to the ground right here. Then we're going to go potentiometer left pin, row 5 to the 5 volts. On my Arduino. The potentiometer right pin, this white wire, is going to the other ground pin on my Arduino. And then lastly, the middle pin, this green wire right here, goes all the way to A0 right here on my Arduino. If everything matches, you're ready to program the Arduino. Now we'll upload the code that makes everything work. Open the Arduino IDE on your computer. First, let's verify the Arduino is connected correctly. Go to the Tools menu, select Board, and choose Arduino UNO. Now, go to Tools again, select Port, and choose the port that shows your Arduino. On Windows, this looks like COM3 or COM4. On Mac, it might say something like UB serial, and make sure that you are connected to that port. Now copy this code and paste it into the Arduino IDE. For you guys, I will put the code in the bio of this video so you can directly copy and paste, but I'm going to write it in for you so that you guys can just see how it gets written out. Let me briefly explain what this code does. Line 7 sets up pin 9 as an output so we control the LED. In the loop, line 11 reads the potentiometer value, which ranges from 0 to 1023. Line 12 converts that range to from 0 to 255, which is what the LED understands. Line 13 actually sets the LED brightness, and line 14 adds a tiny pause for stability. Now, we are going to click the verify button, it looks like a check mark, to make sure there are no errors. Once you are done compiling, you will see done compiling with no errors. Click the upload button, which is the right facing arrow. Once again, make sure that after you compile, it says done compiling on the bottom, and then you are able to upload it with the right facing arrow. Once you click upload, you will see some lights blinking on the Arduino, and you will once again wait for the message that says done uploading. And there we go, your LED should now be lit. Now for the moment, we've been working towards slowly turning the potentiometer knob. Watch the LED as I turn the knob clockwise. The LED will get dimmer as I go clockwise, and then it will brighten as I go counterclockwise. You have complete control over the brightness. Once again, I'll turn it. It dims, then turn the other way, and it brightens. Try turning your potentiometer through its full range. You should see smooth transitions from completely off to maximum brightness. If your LED isn't responding, don't worry, we'll troubleshoot in a moment. If your LED isn't working at all, here are the most common issues. First, check the LED polarity. The longer leg should go to pin 9. If you have it backwards, just pull it out and flip it around. Second, make sure all of your wires are pushed in firmly. You should not be able to push it down any further than they go, but just make sure that they're all pushed in firmly and that none of them move around. Loose connections are the most common problem, and gently pushing on each wire to ensure it's seated properly will help you fix this circuit. Third, verify your code uploaded successfully. You should have seen done uploading in the Arduino IDE like I instructed in the video previous to this one. If the LED lights but doesn't change brightness, double check that the potentiometer's middle pin connects to A0 and that your LED connects to pin 9, not a different pin, because we used pin 9 in the code. Still having trouble? Carefully compare your circuit to the one on screen and check each connection one by one. Thank you everyone for watching my video, and I hope you were successfully able to build a circuit that brightens and dims an LED.